It'll be popping up momentarily.
And you got it cross-posted.
I do have it cross-posted, yes. But it's not going to the groups, just the pages.
I think, looking last week, some of the comments that I was seeing on the other pages, I saw pop up
Could have
on
been an
Northeast.
update. Maybe an update to Switcher. It's possible.
Now, it
it's
doesn't pull the comments from the groups. It only pulls them
only
from
the pages.
the pages.
Because you can only broadcast to the pages.
Yeah. All right, here we go now.
Yeah, it should be coming up momentarily here. You might even already see it. It's not like the last Facebook update with how it manages pages. I have to drill into it to get to anything.
Yeah, they're pretty crummy. We got 13 people already watching.
That was really fast. So give it about
That's
3 or
good.
4 minutes here, guys. Just sharing it out to a few different places. Make that 26, Jim.
I know. You know what, guys? If you can share it to your friends, share our link. We're planning on going live just at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
So we're just trying to build an audience here, and I know that takes a few minutes before we roll the intro and get going at 8.
Yep.
But if you guys that are tuned in now can share this out to your friend lists or to your profiles, that would be huge.
Yeah,
Greatly
so.
appreciated.
Yep, most definitely.
We plan to have Poacher on tonight.
Yes.
Should be a good show.
Most definitely be a good show.
Talk a little bit about the Supercross and Kenny. That ought to be pretty good. Hi, Bill Hobbs. I saw you pop on. I wonder if, Bill, you still down in Florida? Did you go down there this winter? I know that you were going down.
About 2 minutes here.
Billy is a guy that we got to have on.
He's local, too. He's right up the street.
He's right up the street.
Surprised he hasn't hunted us out yet.
He is one of the original NESC badasses.
Like I said, I'm surprised he hasn't barged in here one night.
Is Dave on the show asking for a friend? Gary Frank's already starting on you, and you haven't even put up the pictures yet.
Yeah, Gary, careful. You know what? I'm not even going to ruin it.
Brad Moore, good evening.
Brad Moore, what's up, Brad?
We still have a couple minutes before we're going to roll the intro and actually go live. We're just trying to build our audience.
47.
Keith Johnson, he just checked
Mr.
in.
Johnson's on.
Yeah.
I wonder if his dad's tuned in lately. I haven't seen Rick tune in lately. I haven't talked to him.
Rick had been away, he said, and
Okay.
he messaged me last week.
We got to get Keith on soon. We got to get him on.
Yes.
I know he's got the new gym opening up in Plymouth. We'll get
He
him on
does,
soon.
yeah. We got to talk to Keith and talk about the gyms and fitness and what it takes to train people.
Yes, definitely. Most definitely.
Dave, we're up to 51 viewers right now, and it's 8 o'clock,
Yeah, that's what I
so
thought.
7:59. Roll the intro right at 8 and start the show.
We're good.
Perfect. So hang in there, guys. Here we go.
All right, we are back. Episode 37. So it's
Who would have believed 37
37 episodes. People still want to tune in and watch us.
I know.
A couple old farts talk moto and ball bust people.
And you know, some
Who
of
would have thought?
some of the best ones too were just roast sessions.
They were, yes, yeah. You know, I blame John Levesque. He started that. I think that was on his watch. I really do. I don't know how. It might have been one of the nights we just started calling people. He
I
might have
think
picked
so.
up. I think it was. So,
Speaking of John Levesque, and he's doing it again. He's doing it again with the Kawasaki's.
he is. He's doing it again.
$7,900 KX450.
Out the door.
Out the door.
Out the
All
door.
fees.
Jim's fault. Jim's fault. Hashtag
That's
it's
the
Jim's
code.
fault.
It's
That's
Jim's
the
fault.
discount code.
So I was earlier today. I told you I've been messaging back and forth with the Whole Shot Coffee Company.
Yep.
And they saw the shit. They saw I shared that listing, and the guy says, "I love the hashtag. It's Jim's fault."
Oh, it's great.
He goes, "The discount code is awesome."
It's great. Yeah, it's hilarious. So I had a few people tuning in. Michael Bernard just shared to Tony's Track Days. Welcome, mates. Nice
Awesome.
Intro. Thanks. We appreciate it, guys.
Yes.
Because the Zobo's on. What's up, Michael? Thanks for tuning in tonight. So it should be a fun show. We've got none other than Mr. Paul Goyette, Poacher, 27. He'll be tuning in and connecting remotely, hopefully shortly. So bear with us. I'm going to try to get him on via his cell phone.
When he comes in from his ride.
Yes, I think he's out riding or doing some sort of cross training. The crazy nut that he is.
Hey,
so he's not yet connected.
You know what?
I just checked. So.
I used to laugh, but I can't say anything to the guys that ride out in the night in the cold because I've been mountain biking for a while now, and we're going out at night. We were out in Adams Farm last Thursday night.
Yep.
It was cold.
Yeah, so
it was probably
I have a tough
22, 23
my
degrees.
eyesight's tough with that dusk turn. I can't see more than 5 feet in front
Well, I
of me.
got a couple of lights on my handlebars, and I got one on my helmet. But the thing that got me was we had eight people out with us and 3 dogs running with us.
Hank just chimed in. He said he shared it up for us. Thanks, Hank.
Excellent.
We appreciate it. Paul Mooga's on. What's going on, Paul? Good to see you, bud.
So we stopped at one point,
Yep.
and all I could hear was coyotes.
Yes, you told me that. That's
was
right.
crazy.
That's right. That's
It
a
was
little
crazy.
sketchy.
So what do you say we jump into Supercross?
Let's talk some Supercross. Yeah, absolutely. So,
I mean, obviously, I don't know. I'll call it the feel-good story of the year.
I love it. I'm a big Kenny fan, so I am.
1,092 or 1,096. It doesn't matter. It was almost 1,100 days since the last time he won
Wow,
a Supercross
so
main.
3 years. Just under 3 years.
Just under 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you.
Yep. By the way, we just broke our record. We said it was 63. We just hit 64 live.
All right.
viewers. Guys, we just broke a record. 64 live viewers on. We appreciate that. Thanks.
We won 100, so...
We do want 100. So share this
share
to
the
everybody.
stream.
Get your grandmother on.
She might not know what the hell we're talking about.
But that's fine. That's okay. So
She's going to laugh and be like, look at those 2 goofy bastards.
That's right. Then they talk funny. Why are they talking funny? It's because we're from the Northeast.
He parks his car.
In Harvard Yard.
So anyway, what a race.
It was clean. It's the
Unreal.
end to end. So
End to end.
Gate drop to finish.
Yep.
Tail to tip. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't so clean for Adam. He made a couple mistakes, and I
Yep.
think he was I had this right here. I think he's sixth in the overalls, but 7th. He was 7th overall.
7th, yeah.
But
Yep.
still, it was just oh my goch, what a
My
big
picks were a
fan.
lot better this week, just so you know. I took Gary's advice, and I took Savacci out of my lineup. I love you, Gary. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the insight.
Savacci in the lineup.
I know. Listen, I fat finger one pick, and I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Well, you know, it's like, and the thing is now Freddie Noren, he's out.
Yeah.
And JGR Suzuki, he's out with a lower leg injury.
Yeah.
So we got Jimmy D running the 450, and we got Amart in the 250. That's it.
Right.
That's it for now.
Yep. Exactly.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I
It is
mean,
crazy.
I know the guys are giving the Suzukis a hard time and stuff, but those are factory bikes. I don't care if you
They
have to
are.
kickstart them. They're factory bikes. They're
12-year-old factory bikes, but they're factory bikes.
probably better than anything we'd ever get a chance
This
to
is
sling
true.
a leg over.
This is true. Hey, Darren Corson says, listen to those silly accents. Our West Coast friend.
He
He
pronounces
tunes in every week, though.
he pronounces his R's.
Yeah, I mean, that's all right.
So speaking of Darren Corson, he had a great post while we were Saturday.
Yep.
While we were all enjoying 65-degree weather and sunny, he was waiting on the snowstorm to approach.
I saw that. I saw his measuring stick out today. It was 9 inches, I think he had down. So,
Yeah,
so
and he's
Darren,
got-
chime in. What's the weather like out there in Oregon? How you doing?
And he's got a race coming up in a couple of weeks.
Does he? Yeah.
But no, the Supercross, I thought it was great. The guys all said that every interview that I said, everybody loved the track. They loved the dirt. There's primo traction there. It looked like the crew did a great job maintaining it and prepping it.
Yeah, John Jacobite said Mr. Osborne also looked really good out there, too. So,
Zach did.
yep.
He looked really good. I don't know if you guys watched any of the video stuff that's posted. Of course, there's, a million different avenues for different videos. But GoPro and Swap Moto got his hands on the GoPro footage from
I
Ken
saw that.
Roxon's helmet camera.
Yep.
Interesting to watch that start, because if you watch as they get to the first turn, the 3 bikes in front of them are all the Husky guys.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're all the Husky guys.
KTM's the Huskies. Same thing, right?
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Sure, right.
We'll go
right.
with, those are the Huskies with the European spec Huskies.
Right. It's kind of like a white Yamaha, right?
I remember those.
That's right.
I remember when Huskies were white the first time around too.
This is true. That's when Keith was riding them. Johnson was riding when they were white. So yeah.
Was he?
The Huskies. He was on the.
Was he on that? No, I wasn't. He was on KTM's. KTM's.
Well, Huskies. Same
Huskies.
thing.
No, but I mean when Huskies. Swedish Huskies.
That's right.
In the early 80s, Swedish Huskies were actually white.
Yep. So.
But no, it was a good weekend. It was a great race. I know that a lot of the guys are looking forward to going to Anaheim too and trying to
which I was supposed to be going, but I'm looking more like not than am, just because I had some issues going on personnel-wise at work. So I mean, I could still pull that rabbit out of my hat. You never know. But I'm definitely going to the San Diego Supercross. That's February 2nd, I think. So
that would be cool.
I know you talked about possibly maybe doing a weekend road trip.
I think it would be fun
to
do a
road
weekend
trip,
one.
but it'd be a flight trip.
I know, it would be a flight trip.
Now that I've got you hooked on Cali.
I think I'm working though. So. That's the only thing. I can't call in sick.
Supercrossitis. So you don't look so good. You got the Supercross.
When I cough, I go crap.
Exactly. Whatever it takes. Whatever it's set. I'll pull the fire alarm, on Friday and make sure it's like good for the weekend.
if the fire alarm gets pulled, the building better be burning down, or I'm going in. I'm the guy that has to respond to that.
Yeah, you and me both. Me being an IT. Even when the fire alarm's pulled, I'm still in the building.
Everybody out except IT.
And even when the fire department shows up, they come looking for the building maintenance guy and always the IT guy. I don't know why.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, Anaheim. Before we talk about that though, we do want to throw a special shout out to Britt Gagne. She got pretty messed
she got dinged up pretty good. Yep.
And
on the Futures race, right?
The Futures race on Sunday.
Yep.
And I saw some of her live feeds from her hospital bed with her neck brace on. I guess she has some fractures in her back.
Yep.
And she did say that she really wasn't having any problems with anything. She just clipped her back wheel on just a simple double that she had been doing the whole time, didn't let go of the bike. And as she so eloquently put it while she was under sedation and medication last night, that her bike beat the shit out of her.
Exact words.
I believe those were actually her exact words on her Instagram feed.
Yep.
But anyway, I mean, we all hope you're speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
You can get back with the team and at least support those guys like you want to, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing you in Foxborough.
Yep.
So and heal up, get back on that thing so that 125 Nationals come around, you're ready to go, because that Mike Brown replica KX that she picked up that's a pretty sweet looking bike, and I know that they'll add some personal touches from the team to it, but.
Yep.
That's a good-looking bike.
Very clean bike. Yep. West Coast pickup, I take it.
It was. I don't know exactly where on the West Coast, but I remember when she picked it up, she posted it.
Yeah, wasn't that long ago? It was like a few weeks back.
Yep. It was week before Anaheim. They were out there.
3 weeks ago?
Yep, she picked it up somewhere out there. Yep. So definitely get well soon. And all of our wishes are with you. So
Definitely.
So I know you and I just talked before we started the show. The 250 class, really, we haven't really been following along with...
There's no one with any personalities. I'm not. I could take it or leave it, to be honest. I don't know if that's sad to say, but
you know what it is. I think to the 450 class, the depth of talent is so great.
It is, and it's proving that right now.
The racing is so good right now that the 250 class, we kind of all. It's like that's when you run for you go get another slice of pizza or something like that or whatever. Just so you could sit and watch the 450s. But there was some pretty cool stuff going on. Just watching Cooper, and manage to lead. I think Faulkner, hometown race, Faulkner's pumped up. Mitch probably set him down, had that talk with him, said, "Smarten up, kid."
Sure.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
Not surprised he won.
Smack in the back of the helmet. So.
Yeah. Not surprised he won. I mean, the kid had it going for him, and good job. Ferrandis, though, I mean, he did okay. He hit the dirt, and he had to come back.
He did hit the dirt.
He was struggling. He finished 12th. I'm looking at my notes right now. He finished 12th.
Hey, nice glasses. You remember the readers this time around.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't have
and
to
the iPad, so I don't have to read to you.
I got the iPad. You don't have to read to me.
Thanks, Dad.
The thing that I don't know, it was kind of a scary moment that for me watching was...
Gavin Strachan from Australia just tuned in. We got an Australian on the wire tonight. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Gavin, for tuning in. Hope I didn't mangle your last name too bad. So, nice. Way over the pond.
There you go.
Down under.
Down under.
I like it.
But Jet Lawrence in the qualifier landed on, I think it was Kogi.
Yes.
Koga.
Yep.
Holy shit, that was scary.
And who was it in the 450s that didn't land on the guy, but the wheel Who was that?
That would have been. Let me see.
But he looked back at him too. Like he looked back. Like
it was Cunningham.
That's right. It was
Cunningham. Kyle Cunningham.
That's right. Yep.
And it came up under his armpit. Like the front wheel came under that guy's armpit.
Yes.
It was kind of like,
yep,
get out of my way.
Oh yeah, and he turned the wheel away. Like the slow motion is incredible, especially with 4K now. It's like holy crap. Yeah.
Makes me very glad that I don't race anymore and I don't ride Supercross.
That's it. Micah DeZobo just told our new Australian fan, "Good day, mate."
Oh boy.
Yeah. So we have a good sense of humor here in New England.
All right. So the Supercross was great. A2s this weekend.
Yep.
But moving on from that, the fantasy. Yes. Let me just pop in here. Proud Papa. I'm the proud papa.
That's it. The kid that hasn't been to a race in how long?
He's never. I mean, he's been around racing and he knows. I mean, he knew everybody. He met Travis. He met Bubba. They were both him and his brother were like in the haulers with those guys and got shirts from everybody and all kinds of crazy stuff. And they never really actually got into racing. They rode a lot. Yep. They rode their bikes. They decided they raced BMX instead of motocross, which
that's where a lot of us start.
It is a lot of us start. Once you get into that, though, and you start traveling, it can be just as expensive as motocross because you got to fly everywhere.
Yep. And those bikes aren't cheap either. So.
No. But back to my point, he's leading the fantasy. He's leading our fantasy group.
Go figure. Yeah.
He made his picks last week, and I'll tell you what.
So I'm going to need his phone number so I can get an inside track for his picks.
We can arrange that. He had Ken Roxon in the correct position.
Yep.
He had Eli Tomac in the correct position, and he had Vince Freese as the wild card in the correct position. He got 76 points, and he rocketed to the top.
76 out of what? One
76 out of a possible 133.
130. Okay, that was 143. Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, he did great. I mean, some of the other guys like Free Fall Moto still in second place.
Yep.
He had a rough weekend. Barry Keller, he's from Pennsylvania, a friend of mine from Pennsylvania. He got 33 points. Steve Burdett, the Steve Burdett from NESC.
Yep.
He is in fourth place.
Nice.
So he got some good points last weekend because he wasn't. I don't even know if he was in the top. He got 56 points last weekend.
Wow.
So he wasn't even in the top 10. Oh, Hank says it's fixed.
Yeah.
It's only fixed if you don't. If you win, then it's fixed.
Yeah, that's funny. Anthony Appel's hosting a watch party for us. Anthony, we appreciate that, bud. Just to let you people know, though, we can't see those comments. If anyone comments, we can't read those watch party comments.
We can't read the watch party comments.
Right,
yes.
Right.
And Pete Jakio rounds out the top 5. Pete's also, as I mentioned last week, he's an old friend of mine from NESC, expert. Did a few of the nationals as I was retiring. He was getting into it.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys lock your picks in and get that going. You know, we talked about how so many of us had written Kenny out and took him off because all of us were talking about at one point or another, Kenny was our number one pick. And I don't even know if I put him on my sheet. That's how bad I am. But I'll tell you what, I'll have him on every race.
You will now.
Kenny's the favorite in our house, so he's going to be my pick for first place every single round for the rest of the series. The rest of the guys can flop around.
Oh, it looks like Mr. Paul Goyette, Poacher, has connected. Let's see if we can pull him in.
Cooper was kind of my disappointment. But.
All right. Let's do show as sources. There's Mr. Poacher. Let's
our producer.
This. Let me click here. Let me click here and here. And go here. All right, Mr. Goyette, can you hear us, buddy?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? All right.
We don't have your audio. Hang on, let me try this. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
He's got his headphones plugged in. So we're still on. Hold on, let me do this. Hang on.
But the picks guys, the picks are tough. I don't know how you would round that out. And,
hey, Paul, can you Paul, can you hear us now? All right, we're good. Yep, no, we got you on now. All right. So we're actually producing live from your shop tonight, Paul. I don't know if you saw the picture I sent you, but we're in your shop. You like that? Hey, listen, anything for you, bud, you know? That's it. That's what we do. We want to entertain. That's all we do this week in and week out. So fill us in. What's going on at One Archer Place, Archer Road? Nice. That's cool. That's really cool. So how many people do you have in the shop right now? I hear a lot of ruckus going on.
Well, right now in the shop, I'm actually. If you guys were panning around, I got a bunch of my racers. We're out here at TRX right now, doing the suspension training. I thought it was with suspension on your motorcycle, but I didn't realize.
No more sound.
Used to be good. I just fixed it. Yeah. Nice. That's good. Now that Archer Road, that's right off the pike, correct? Isn't that right off the Mass Pike?
It's right off the Mass Turnpike, right next to Wendy's over there. Yeah,
Yep.
Justin Glaze, I think he's in your fantasy league, and he's doing pretty well. Also, it's his place, and he got a room together for me over there. So we're just spinning wrenches over there, getting it going.
Can you hear?
That's good. I'll see an audio from Paul now.
Oh, Hank says okay for him.
Okay, good. All right, we're good
now.
All right, sorry, but we had a sound issue with you. We fixed it though. Don't worry.
All right, I'm still here.
All right, that's it. So give us a tour of the shop. Are you at the shop now or no?
I am not at the shop right now. Right now, if you look in the background here, I got Connor Sheridan. I got L-Dog Videos, Justin Glaze, Parker. Boots is over here. We're all into the TRX right now. Is it too loud for you guys?
No, we can hear you just fine. So you're like the drill sergeant over there right now. So you're yelling at everybody.
Yeah, we're just trying to. We're doing some CrossFit training. We're trying to do a little bit of core, get everybody, get all my riders back in shape here while it's winter time.
Nice.
On a spin bike as we speak.
You animal, you.
Crack the whip.
I love it. I love it.
I can't make them do all the work and then me just sit around here,
That's it. That's it. Lead by example.
Hey, you're the trainer though, Paul. You're the trainer. They got to listen to you.
Well, that's what they're doing. That's why they all showed up here, so I could beat them down a little bit,
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So how many guys do you get riding for you now, Paul? It's gonna be what, a dozen?
Yeah, I got about 15 people right now riding for me, and girls and guys all alike. So we're getting it done.
Nice. See, it's good to get all the closer because he'd be all over me to get in shape.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We get you back on the track.
I know. That's it. Listen, I'm good for a lap.
Somehow these guys got me back on the track. I don't know how, but
yeah,
we get you back, Dave.
That's it. Well, what the hell is Portugal? He's outside now.
Yeah, I got to go plug the phone in. You guys are killing me over here.
Oh shit!
Are you running out of juice?
Yeah, I'm running out of juice already.
Dump some VP race fuel in the damn telephone. What the hell?
Hey, we got to. That's it. The thing gets enough abuse out of it there, so I got to keep you guys charged up.
Nice. So let's talk more about the shop, Paul. So at the shop, what are you guys doing? General repair work, suspension? What are you working on? The rebuild? What are you guys doing? Service?
Hold on there. Let me plug you guys back in. I can barely hear you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know how it goes over here.
Yeah.
Poacher's always on the move. I'm trying to get between the shop and the race series, just trying to get everybody up and rolling.
Yep.
There he is.
There you go.
Got me now?
Yeah, we got you now. We can hear you.
All right, there you go. I got you guys jacked all the way up. So
Excellent.
just trying to so anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to make a circus out of it for you guys, but just trying to get it up and rolling.
No big deal. No, hey, listen, if it wasn't a little bit of drama, it wouldn't be us, We gotta keep it real.
That's what it is. It's all about just winging it.
That's it.
Just send it.
Dude, you guys are I love that video, you guys having Treadwell on there. That was fantastic.
Oh my God, was Tread not priceless or what?
Dude, Tread was unbelievable. Just listening to all of his old stories, just rekindled so many of what we had going on back in the day as well.
Oh, we could have kept him on all night long. We had to cut him off. We're like, dude, we'll call you back another night. We got to go.
And I stayed there the whole time. I was onto it.
That was awesome. Yeah. Oh.
He's a good dude. I mean, both you and me ran in that class in the 125 amateurs with Tread. It was like, damn, that was he was up there for a while.
Dude, that was awesome. It was so cool to see, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Gary Frink says you need to get Lee Helliwell back on the track.
Lee, he's been training, so Connor
Really?
Sheridan's dating his daughter, so it kind of put a new spark in him, and that's why Connor's in there in the TRX, and those boys are just working out something furious. And Lee Helliwell, you know, never mind all the paint work that he does, he puts so much effort into riding and everything. He's still into it, but just nobody knows because he's flying under the radar.
Right. So that's it. Yeah, get him out on the track, drag him out.
Oh, I bet you he flies.
Yeah,
he's still
good. He went to Celtic. I think it was last year. He did one moto at Celtic on a wet day. I don't know if it was NEMX or NESC, but he went down there and he put a whipping on everybody.
Nice. So he's still the only forgot all you two guys, you know. I mean, yeah, because Paul, what are you? You 50? What now? How old are you?
I'm 50, right on the nose.
Right on the dot. You're right on the dot. Yeah. So, and I know I still can't keep up with you. That's for damn sure.
I got you by a couple years, but that ain't much.
Yeah. So,
it all starts to blend together now.
It does. I think for most of us, by the time we hit like 45, it kind of blended together.
Yeah. So Dave Simrock says he just heard a story the other day. They made Poacher from Tim Teves the other night. So there's some story floating around with you and Mr. Teves. So you must have gotten into some trouble with him.
I don't know what they're getting at.
Who doesn't Tim Teves have a story about?
This is true. Yeah.
I don't know. It probably has something to do with a motorhome that Jack bought.
That's a solid chance.
Oh, dude.
You know, it's Jack. He bought the motorhome. He sold the motorhome. He bought it again.
Yep. There was some flipping going on.
But you know what, though, Paul? I'll tell you what. The day that you sold it to him, he drove it. He came out. That was the first day he came mountain biking with us, and he showed up over in Foxborough, parked in the Lutheran camp with the motorhome, and he pulled his Specialized Turbo Levo out of the back of the thing and rode with us.
He said he was going to use it as a grocery getter.
The sad part is he's not lying. I'm sure he did.
As soon as he pulled in, I looked at it. I'm like, dude, you didn't. And he's like, oh yeah, I just picked this up from Poacher.
Oh my God. Do you remember that? No, I know he does. Paul, do you remember when Jack showed up it must have, I think it was Walden's. It was in New York, and he had the big rig, and he had the goats with him. He unloaded the goats and put the pen at the track.
Dude, he had the goats. He had that motor home and a trailer. He rolled out one motorcycle out of a trailer that I could have fit 400 bikes in.
That's right. Yes.
One bike in it in the middle, and then he had the goats.
Yeah.
It was
that Renegade? That Renegade
it was
setup
the Renegade.
that he had?
It was the Renegade setup. Yes. Yeah.
Now, there was a story about that thing floating around. I hope I remembered it right. I heard that he was going to Florida one year, and he used to carry an F-250 to drive around in the trailer on the bottom of that trailer.
Yep.
And he carried his bikes above it.
Right.
And he stopped at some rest area somewhere.
I heard the same story. Yeah.
And there was a CR-250 sitting through the windshield of the truck.
I heard this. I think there's pictures of that floating around, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I wish I had that picture. I would just put that whenever Jack calls me. That would be the
photo.
That's his ID. His picture ID.
Raph Masiello wants to know why are you not braiding your goatee? He wants your goatee braided like you're American Indian.
Every time I go on vacation, that's all they ever want to do. They want to braid my goatee. Thanks, Mom. I got Mom's hair. You know, I don't want it to snap off.
You got that pretty free flowing hair, do you?
Yeah.
Well, you put the picture up recently. Someone put a picture up and it was missing the goatee, so I had to Photoshop that for you. I put it back on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I
forgot what I looked like. I can scare myself every morning in the bathroom. I don't know who the old man is in there.
It came out from under the helmet. That's right. You photoshopped it under the helmet.
Oh, God. That's funny.
That's awesome.
That is too funny. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Ralph, I do have to apologize that I have retired from Mad Skills MX.
For a couple of days. Yeah, I don't. Paul, do you play Mad Skills MX online? You probably don't, do you?
You know what? I don't have any time to play any video games. I see Parker playing it, but he's like, Dad, you got to check this out.
You got to check. He's right. Parker's right.
Yeah.
You got to check it. Yeah, we beat up on Jim for a couple of weeks, and now he's crying. He's retiring. He's not retiring.
You know what I'm saving? I'm saving the life of an iPhone.
I'm not gonna. Ralph Masiello has me in stitches. He keeps because you can send taunts, like you can text like a message to your competitor, and he has brought shit talking to another whole level.
You know what? When Jack goes on, that's when I'm gonna go there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's probably on under some alias.
Yeah.
It's probably
that creeper probably is. He's probably over there just flying under the radar doing something.
He's like I don't know, maybe Jack Husky, Prince of Sweden, or something
funny.
like that.
Yeah, Gary Frink wants to know where your new shop is. What's the address again? Throw that thing out there.
It's One Arch Road in Westfield, Mass.
Does he need some advice?
No secret code. I got a white sign with white lettering on it just to make sure nobody sees it.
All right, nice. so now take us through now at the shop. What do you guys do exactly? What do you work on? Everything, sleds, four wheels, bikes. Do the whole
No, you know what? That's the best part about it. No hippopotamus with no legs. I'm not bringing any of those in there. So all it is it's a race shop. So it's just dirt bikes right now. I got a couple of Harleys. A couple guys want me to do that stuff, but yeah, everything just rolls in there. If you can't roll it through the doorway and the handlebars are too wide or the wheels, it's not making it in the shop right now.
Nice. So now, how long have you been officially been doing this for now? How long you had the shop going for?
I've had P27 off-road going for about 25 years now. So, but I just moved it into there, and
the new location. Yep.
Yeah, it's a new location. It's been there. I did it. I moved in and opened it up on Dad's birthday. So
that's awesome.
January 7th. So that was my official start date.
Nice. That's cool. And I know exactly where you are, and I'm out that way kind of often, so I will be pounding on your door.
I have to stop by.
Yeah, you come by, you come and hang out. There's so.
I'm already there. I'm in your shop right now. You don't see it, but we're in your shop.
All right, perfect. Keep me in the shop. That's all I want. It looks like I'm working more.
If you are in that area, you absolutely have to stop by Mrs. Murphy's Donuts on the way to it.
I know what that is. Matter of fact. Yep.
Zach was at the shop this morning, and I told him to leave the donuts at home because if I was coming to cross training today, I didn't want to go and have one of them donuts. They are fantastic though.
So Ralph Masiello wants to know what town is that? Is that Westfield officially?
Westfield is the town that my shop is in,
yes,
but Murphy's Donuts is in Southwick. It's right in the center of Southwick.
Right. Well, that's more important than your shop, the donut shop. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. But I do have to throw a shout out to my man Manny Sardinia. He's runs the Dunkin' Donuts all in that area in Westfield, and he's always there for me. So I can't cut him down though. But I do have to say those
John Levex, he stopped at your shop today, and the sign said "out to lunch."
Yeah, that's where I was. I was out. I'm always out to lunch. I got. I figured my hours are going to be 12 to 1. Is that not good enough?
12 to 1
better than banker's hours.
Yeah. Well, that's when everybody goes to lunch. I'll open up then.
Ralph Masiello says, "OMG, Mrs. Murphy's Donuts. I love it." Of course he does. Why am I not shocked that Ralph loves donuts?
Yeah,
hey, I love donuts.
I think everybody loves donuts, but yeah, they are. Murphy's is closed for the week. They're going to reopen on Friday. They're redoing all the countertops. So when you go in there now, it'll be all fancied right up.
Nice.
Got 139 making some graphics for them in there, so you're going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
I remember back in the old Southwick days when we were racing and Marie and I were dating before we were married. Her maiden name's Murphy, so we would send her. We have to go to Mrs. Murphy's Donut. We'd send Marie Murphy to Mrs. Murphy's Donuts to pick up donuts to bring back for the Murphys motorhome at the track. Too damn many Murphys around.
Nice.
There's a couple, anyways. You changed their name. You're all right.
I changed her name, but her brother Murph's still around somewhere.
Yeah, I posted that photo I found of me, Murph, and I think it was Crooker.
You guys were at the Big E. Was it Riverside or the Big E?
That one was the Big E. Yep.
I remember who was it? Somebody just shared some photos of him. Actually, he found them and showed them to me of the Riverside one when him and Vinnie Barolo and AJ and a bunch of those guys, Dowdy, they were all working shovels and compactors and stuff. And I don't think that they were doing too much work. They were posing for pictures, I was told.
Oh, you know what? They were like city workers.
Yeah.
Just leaning on the shovels. That's all they were doing.
Yep, exactly. Just for the camera. It looks good.
Nice. It's all about looking good. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what do you got? But you got the series going this year, right?
Yeah, I got the series again this year. I moved it a little bit closer to Massachusetts, just because I having a shop there, just trying to keep it a little bit closer, get some more people involved. I got Winchester Speed Park this year is on the roster. I got
Cool.
I got a couple of ringers for that to be announced date that I can squeeze in at any moment. Bill Reardon put in that I'm racing in my backyard. I don't know if we can fit everybody in my backyard, but we'll give it a shot.
Maybe, yeah, why not? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you going back to Paul's track at Echo?
Yes, we are going back to Echo. Yeah, we love that place.
That's a fun place. That might be something that, depending on the date, if we don't have anything going on, that I might actually have to come out of retirement and try to ride in the woods.
Now,
it's a real cool track over there. It was technical because it rained a little bit during the day. Mother
Yep.
Nature she was a little rough on me last year, but we got a little bit of rain and it was greasy, but the track was absolutely amazing. So I'm excited to go back there this year.
I remember watching the video clip. You guys were down right where you entered the woods, and Parker was like jumping over that. It looked like a ravine.
It was a ravine. Yeah, Parker, he was one of, I think only about 3 or 4 people jumped it all day. And Parker went out there on the big wheel and launched it. And, even the pros were like, what do you mean he's jumping it? And they went out there and watched him. And, they couldn't believe it. But, yeah, Parker watched me do it when I did the parade lap, when I did the preview lap. And he was like, Dad, it wasn't even that bad.
Hey, so Raph Yellow wants to know, Paul, you gonna do any motocross this year or just wood stuff?
I'm gonna do some moto. I went up to Ronnie's and I got a 2020 250F, so I'm gonna do some moto this year. Wherever Parker wants to go, that's usually what I'm doing. So we usually make up our mind about 15 minutes before the motorhome's packed. And
where you going?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Well, the other thing too, I don't know if you caught any of the past couple episodes, but we talked about doing some grudge match racing, and we might do it for charity. So we may rent a couple of tracks here and just set up head-to-head grudge matches. Call somebody out, put a donation on the line, and just send it for a few laps and see what happens.
Oh, it's perfect. See, I can bring Hello out for that one. I'll get the hammer out there.
See,
yeah.
He's already got a matchup. I like it. I like it. Nice.
Yeah. We'll make him work a little harder, but he's better even. Yeah.
Straight bragging rights for a good cause. I like it.
That's cool.
I think it's going to be cool.
I like it.
Yep.
Now, I think I saw you guys down at the Mini O's.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We went down there to the Mini O's, and again, the only thing I had to do was beat Jack. There's no way that I could let Jack beat me and just brag to everybody. So, yeah, I brought the 250F down there. All the 450s go in a straight line, and they don't know how to turn. So I just grabbed the other side and took off.
Yeah, that's like, how good are the treadmill stories with Jack?
Well, Gatorback too. Gatorback is one of those tracks that it's so damn hard that a 250F, you could just bring that sucker out and it's gonna.
Yeah, I was giving her everything she had. Well, everything that I could give her, anyways. And I finished 6th, so it wasn't too bad. I'll take it.
Nice. It's weird because like those 450s, they almost have too much power when it gets to tracks like that.
Right. This is true.
So just pulling up the hills, that new Yamaha, it works really good, and just pulling up the hills, those 450s, it was amazing. But the roost, I thought I was cool not wearing a chest protector. Man, that was not a bright idea.
It
bruises for days.
Yeah.
Gary Frank wants to call out Helliwell after his Lee Carrera match. So we've got 2 call outs now.
He's already working it up. I like
it. It's all for a good cause. I'm telling you, bring a fistful of hundreds, and we're gonna make a big donation to a few charities. I think it'd be fun.
I see, Gary. I see you posted that quote that if I ride that Paul's race out at Echo, he's gonna join me on the 2-stroke.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah.
I like it. See?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can. I don't know how comfortable I am racing that 4-stroke in the woods. I might have to have a 2-stroke.
No, you can do a little bit of both. You mix it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you'd be pretty surprised. The 4-stroke works really good. The toughest part about the 4-stroke is just getting it started for the whole shot.
Mm-hmm.
Raph Masiello says that if you lose to Jack, he's unfriending you on Facebook.
I was going, in the last moto at the Mini O's, I was going as fast as I could because I thought Jack was in front of me, and I was pushing. but I had already gone around Jack, and he was trying to chase me down. So it just turned into an awesome battle. But I don't know if it was Barry Carson in front of me or somebody like that, and it was. I got to the end of the finish, and I was like, "That wasn't Jack. I was chasing the whole moto." So
no way. Who's the imposter?
Somebody was dangling the wrong carrot in front of you.
That's right.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
right.
It was, I saw that white motorcycle, and I wasn't sure. Jack got a little skinny, and who knows what happens now.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna claim responsibility, partial responsibility for getting Jack skinny, because he was mountain biking with us virtually every single week leading up to it before it got cold and went to Florida.
Yeah, and you guys beat him up too. He gave me a ride to the grocery store to go pick up our Thanksgiving dinner, and he was just bragging about how much you guys were not nice to him.
I think he had our group confused with KJ and Canning and Justin Kokonos, because those guys beat the shit out of him.
No, awesome. I think he said that all you guys were just not nice to him.
Yeah, well, he rode the e-bike and worked against him. Like the e-bike wasn't really friendly for him.
Well, the thing is he'll come out and he'll ride the e-bike, and so we got a couple of guys, old motocrossers, Teddy Blackman and Carl Backlund. They're really good mountain bikers, and they ride in our group, and they're usually way out in front and stuff. But when Jack got there on the e-bike, we were going through the woods. Jack was struggling a little bit with the weight of the bike and hitting some of the roots and stuff. We hit one section on the pavement going up a hill, and everybody's struggling. There's Jack like riding a wheelie away from us, and it's just like you watch
typical Jack cheater line.
Cheater line. It's almost like you want to let him get almost out of sight and then yell, "Hey, Jack! Right turn!"
Yeah, wrong way.
We're taking a right turn.
We took a left at the bottom of the hill, you moron.
Yeah, and then hope his battery dies.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did pick up a stick one night and it wedged behind his rear cassette. It jammed up the whole thing. We could not get it out. His chain jammed behind the cassette.
Was he throwing a fit? Was he flipping out?
No, it was dark. Our lights were starting to die. He had to walk. Him and Jeff Martell had to walk through the woods and push the bike out through some guy's backyard with big no trespassing and signs. There was like skull and crossbones and shit and stuff.
I love it.
And they had to walk through the guy's yard.
Would have been great if he got arrested trespassing.
Well, then he had to wait out in front of the guy's house in the middle of the road till I came around with the pickup truck to pick him up.
Did you drive real slow?
We pretty much.
The cops were coming for him.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, yeah.
He had Jeff with him, and Jeff can talk his way out of anything if he needs to.
Oh, that's awesome.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we got as far, I'm trying to get Jack. I saved him. We had the Parker MX race, and that one there got a bit greasy as well, just because the ground had frozen and thawed out. And Jack was going to drive out from the Cape, and I told him, Jack, do me a favor, stay home.
Yeah.
If you come out here and get stuck in the mud, I'll never hear the end of it.
Well, if he gets stuck with your old motorhome in the mud,
forget about it.
Yeah, I would have bought the thing back for half of what he gave me for it.
You would have had to have.
And I would have sold it back to him when we pulled it out.
Jack's cock here at its finest.
Just tell him when you buy it. Just leave a couple of those Huskies in the back.
Yeah, he's yet to be on our show call. He will not pick up that phone. When we call him, he doesn't pick up.
He's busy.
His Walmart KTM, is that what he calls that thing?
Yeah. I still wonder if
he on his toes.
I mean, what did he do with his Honda tramp stamp? He had a Honda tattoo on his ass.
I don't want to know. I never seen it. I don't want to know about it.
The guy bled red for how many decades?
He did.
I will never look at Jack the same again. You guys are awesome. Thanks for letting that out.
That's all, Dave. That's all.
I'm gonna go win the Mini-O's next year just to thank Jack's tramp stamp.
Well, that's the thing, is if you get on the podium, you have to have a speech.
You do. And
Jack's got the speech.
He does.
He always has a great speech. He's always got something good.
My God.
Pass it up.
Yeah, the best one I had to do was I said Treadwell would make him walk home if he didn't get a start or something.
Right. I think the announcer kind of looks at him like,
didn't know what to do.
Did he just say that?
Didn't know what to do.
We're on radio TV now. Did he really just say that?
Wasn't he on the podium when he thanked Team Kawasaki for working on his
Monster
Honda?
Energy Kawasaki for fixing his Honda.
Right. Yeah.
And then he had the picture to back it up with him sitting on the bike smiling and the Team Green Tech working on the bike.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's awesome. Yeah, but that's Jack, and I feel bad harping on him, but he's funny and he keeps us all on our toes.
As much as we pick on the guy,
Oh,
though, if we needed his help, he'd be there to give us a hand.
he's
Yeah.
he's probably one of the best dudes involved with racing too. It's just like
Everyone's got a Jack story. Everyone's got a Jack story.
Well,
Everybody, yeah, and at least more than one.
Yes.
I mean, it's cool because it's like we could go out there and race and just bounce off each other and swap paint for 20 minutes and then just laugh about it afterwards.
Yep.
If I beat him and we swap paint, then he might be a little bit angry. But if he beat me, then we'd laugh about it.
Oh yeah, yep, unbelievable. I can remember back in the early NEMX days, he was talking crap because my mom was giving him a hard time the night before on registration, and he was running his mouth the next morning and didn't realize my mom was standing right behind him. So she spun around and he's rendered speechless. One of the few times I've seen Jack with nothing to say. So, and you're my mom, Poacher, so she just gave him that look. She's like, "I'll kill you."
I miss your mom, but man, if Jack gets in the middle of it, I want no part of it.
That's right.
But you guys just saying that, swapping the paint on the track, and one of the coolest things, and I'm not just pumping it up, but the NY Off Road, watching all the kids race is got to be my favorite thing, of all time. It's just I love watching the kids grow. And just watching the kids' suspension or whatever it is and helping the parents out, just telling them, hey, change this, do that. I just love the sport. And, just watching even guys like Jack, I'll tell him if I see something happening to his bike on the track. But I just love watching all those kids that, that's probably the best part about it. And it just,
what's funny, Paul?
Have stories just like we do.
As you sit there and say this, I had like a flashback to your dad the first year we went out racing at Eagle Bridge, him telling me almost the exact same thing. I'm just here to support you guys, whatever it takes to help out the next generation. You sounded just like your dad right there. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
That made my night.
Yeah, he gave me a heck of a set of shoes to put on,
You did, but I got to tell you, though, you're doing a bang-up job, man. Your dad was good people. I miss him dearly. So.
Yep. No, thank you for that. Yeah, I miss Dad, too. It's tough some days just knowing that he could be there helping us out, between me and my brother and, just the family. We all miss him, of course.
How was Keith doing, by the way? How's Keith? All right?
Keith's good. Yeah, he hasn't changed one bit. He still thinks he's 18, and which is good because I'm only a couple years older than him, and I still feel like I'm 21
he wouldn't come on the show. We saw him away him. We were yelling at him, and he wanted nothing to do with it. So
he ran. I was on I sat down with you guys, and he ran. He didn't want no part of us.
He did.
He came up on the other side of the camera and taunted us.
Yeah, he probably thought I was gonna call him out on some funny stuff,
Yep. Raph Masiello just posted up. He said it was really great back when me and you, Paul, and NEMX, all the old farts, helped out when we did the Read to Race program. Remember Ralph had that program? It was the
absolutely.
That was a lot of fun. So you probably didn't know after you. So.
I was I had retired.
Yep.
And when NEMX was in full swing, I was done. And
yeah, it had to be probably. I think it was about halfway through the first year. Ralph came up with this great program, him and Kristen Winger, to actually get these sponsors on board, had these free giveaways for kids, but it was a book club, and you had to read in order to get the said sponsorships and gifts. It was huge.
That's cool.
Oh my God, we had piles of stuff every week to give away.
That's awesome.
And the kids loved it, and they really improved. I mean, even Jack signed up. Jack can read now because of that program.
Yeah, I think I still even have one of those stickers because we had Read to Race. One of those stickers. I still have it.
That's awesome. You have to post some of those. That's cool.
I'll have to,
it is.
A lot of the archives.
Yeah, that's it. The archives.
You did something cool last year too, where you had you had a class the day before one of the last events, right?
Yeah, the last couple events. A lot of people had asked me to try and train some of the kids, and I always do it anyways, and I just wanted to. I called it the P27 Ride Camp, and just teaching the kids what to do and. The right form and just helping them out. I love doing that, and it worked real well for them. So we're gonna do that again this year. We'll do it at the races again on Saturdays.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's a great thing. Just to help them out, train them a little bit, and then they're gonna know what to do.
We should partner up with one of grudge match events and do some training and some how-to tips. So that wouldn't be a bad event. Maybe we'll have to see what we can put on the schedule.
That would be fun. The only thing with the grudge match events is it's all going to be us old guys.
That not
Yeah,
necessarily.
just making fun of each other.
Exactly. You know what it is? We're going to have a couple of guys out in the track, and there's going to be more lining the sides going, look at him. Look at that. He's not doing that,
I wonder
right?
who's going to side bet on the event. How much side betting is going to be going on? My money's on Jack. My money's on Paul.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I can see it now.
Yeah. You know what's funny? With really two bikes on the track, too, I bet you'll be able to hear the shit talking going on. You'll be able to hear the guys yelling at each other. That'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
I wonder if we could wire them up. I could probably wire them up with helmet bikes.
You know what would have, if Alta was still around and we could get a couple of demos that everybody was on identically prepared Altas that don't make noise.
Yep, exactly.
Oh yeah, just a little bit of chain slap and cursing. That's all you're gonna hear.
Yeah, distinct advantage for Jack on that one.
Yeah, this is definitely a rated R event. So
big time.
any kids under
It's
13,
all old people who wants to hang out with us anyways.
yeah, just other old people.
Yeah, you think that, but maybe somehow or another people keep tuning into this stupid show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, we had you were just talking about the camp, and Parker got in the truck with me here. They're all done with the TRX, the TRX suspension training over here at Salinas. And he's like, Dad, you want me to drive? I'll bring us home while you talk to those guys. He's 14.
Let him drive. What the hell?
Cool.
Slide over.
It happens. So, hey, whatever. I mean, no, I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Your dad would let you do it.
How do you think he got home most of the time?
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
So, but just you were talking about the Alta. I had Jared Boothroyd came and he did a couple of my races. And
Jared Boothroyd, look at old name.
Running or not, Boothroyd. He rides that thing. He's absolutely rips every hole shot and just flies on it. Once they figure those batteries out, that'll be the winning factor. But right now, it makes it about 3/4 of the way through the race.
Do you remember him at the first NEMX season showing up with his dad had like an old Chevy Impala and his bike was in the trunk?
Oh my God, I totally remember that. And we were like, look at this guy. And then he gets out and he rips.
Right, blew the novice class away. We're like, all right, we need yellow plates on that kid's bike.
Yeah, we're gonna bump him up.
Yep.
Isn't that how it's supposed to go, though?
Yeah, but he did that for like 2 seasons, though. I mean, they had 3 nickels to rub together, and out there just ripping moto. So.
There was few of those guys, though, even way back in the early days of NESC that would show up at the track, and their bikes would just, parts would be falling off their bikes. And next thing you know, you're out there and you're getting smoked by them. And you're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Dude, I got, at the NY Off-Road, I got a guy who was in the C200 class, and he's riding a KDX 200, and I don't even know how this thing even gets around the track, and the kid rips. He's he got second overall for the year, and he goes to every race, and it was amazing to watch this thing. I mean, there's no radiators. Everything on the bike is strapped on there with duct tape, and this kid's absolutely fantastic.
Zip tape, zip ties.
David Pulaski, and the kid, it's awesome to watch him race because he flies.
But
you're like, man, if I put him on a newer bike, would he go faster or slower?
Right.
Yeah.
John Jacobite is a good point. He says, you know what? Let the kids pick an old fat they want a grudge match against. Might not be a bad idea. I like it too. I like that. That's a good thought.
I'm going to let Parker pick somebody. As long as it ain't me, we're good.
There you go. Right.
Mark Freitas, mic up the helmets to some loudspeakers so we can hear the real-time race.
I could actually do that. I was already thinking that. I could actually wire up the PA system. How funny would that be? Oh, my God. This is a whole new dynamic. I'm telling you.
F-bombs will be dropped.
Yeah, this is like bringing straight rhythm, Supercross to another whole level here where it's one-on-one. Oh, boy, I can't wait.
That's what we should do at Jake's Supercross track.
We could. You
get all the people lining around the edge of the Supercross track and just run the grudge match for a lap around his Supercross track.
That's right. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Run on foot or run? What are you talking about?
No. Run a lap on his. He's got that Supercross track down at Wareham now.
Yeah, I think we should go do that. All right.
That would be fun. That would be fun. A few corners, couple straightaways.
Yep.
Nothing too crazy.
Yep.
Grudge match there.
We're putting this together. This is going to happen. This is going down. We're going to start a spreadsheet. Start putting matchups together.
Yep. Count me in.
There you go.
we're always looking for something else. Every weekend, we're always looking for something to do. So
It'd be different. It'd be fun, and I think we could do it for a charity event and really do something good here. Where bring your friends, bring your family. It's gonna be a great spectating event.
Oh yeah.
So.
Now, hey, it's funny you mentioned that, Paul, about the old KDX because I saw Netra ran their winter race up at 207 this past weekend.
Yep.
Almost positive I saw footage of a kid on an old KDX 200 out there. I mean, ripping it up. One guy said that he did the race. It was 2 hours in the hardest conditions, hardest race that he's ever ridden in.
Yeah.
But I'm positive I saw a KDX 200 out there in the middle of that.
I'll have to check with David and see if that was him out there on that KDX because, we were going to go up there, but Parker got sick in the morning, and that was it. So we stayed home, and I took his bike and just realized that I'm going to get myself another 125 because, man, that was so much fun.
I saw you
sandpitting it on, out in South. Well, never mind where we were. Sorry, that might have been almost a slip.
You were somewhere with a white sign with white letters.
That's where we were. Yeah.
Keep undercover.
Yeah, I'm trying never to post where we're at because everybody will show up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, stuff falling off them.
No, that's it. It's cool. It's I mean, I saw your post on the 125, and it's like those things are fun, man. I used to, even now at 230 pounds, if I get to jump on a 125 and ride it for a little bit, it's so much fun just to go out and ride those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even in my head, even in my head, I go faster on a 125 than I do on anything else.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, hey, we know Todd does. Todd Rashad does. He's freaking. he holds that thing wide open everywhere.
Yep.
I had a full battle with Todd up at Winchester, and he was on a 125 and I was on my 450, and it was harder to make that 450 go around the track as fast as he was going. That's why I said, I'm selling this, and we got to get something smaller. So I'll start riding with Todd, and we'll go and we'll get some hot laps in together.
There we go. Another grudge match.
I know the last time I talked to Todd, he was talking about getting rid of the 450s and going with a 125 and a 252 stroke.
He had the 450 for sale. He had it up for sale.
Yeah, that was his 15. He had a 19 too.
Yeah.
So he was talking about getting rid of the 4 strokes and going all 2-stroke this year.
Nice.
That's an awesome idea. I like it.
Yeah.
Now I have to focus. Yeah, I got to focus on getting smaller bikes because if I turn around, Parker's going to be taking my bikes anyway, so I might as well just buy something that he can ride.
Yeah. And how old's Parker now?
Parker's 14.
14. Yeah. So is he a big 14? Or are they 125s now?
Yeah, he's a big 14. He about halfway through the year, he kept telling me that he wanted a 125, and I told him he had to grow a little bit. Not that I'm a monster, but at 5'8", it's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm like a jockey, and Parker's right there. He's almost as tall as me now.
So he's going past you then, no doubt about it. He's going right past you.
You know what? I used to race just to beat Jack or whoever else was in front of me, or stay in front of the guy behind me. Now I have to race because Adam Garska and Parker are up my butt about who's got the fastest lap time. So now I'm racing those guys, and they're making me crazy.
The kids are keeping you young, Paul. I like it.
That they are.
I remember years and years ago with the 125 thought, one of my friends actually, Danny Boone, he did that. He started out on a Mako 250, went to Honda 250s, and then as his son grew out of the 80s into 125s, they both started riding 125s. That way, if his son's bike broke down, he was able to, just take his 125 and finish a moto.
Yeah, and that's the coolest part about it. I figure if I skim down a couple of pounds, if I need to, I just take Parker's bikes. I don't even have to have one anymore.
Save a few bucks. You can put that money into carbon fiber, so save a few more pounds.
Yeah, well, listen, I could just cut an arm off if I needed to.
No, pinky toe. Don't cut an arm off, and that's so extreme.
Yeah, right. That's pushing it a little bit much.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
God,
yeah,
that's funny.
No,
Funny.
You know what? I wanted to change things up a little bit. I got my my banquet is in 2 weeks, and just so that I can have all the kids do something different, we're all racing go-karts. So each class, you get to race your own guys, and then at the end, I'll give them their awards for the last year's race series.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I'm going to try something a little bit different,
As long as you guys don't all get kicked out of the go-kart track.
Hey, I rented the whole place, so and the guy's all about it. So I think we're doing pretty good so far.
Nice.
That's cool. That was like the place in Derby. We used to go to rent go-karts at the track in Derby. There's a go-kart track like 5 miles up the street. We were asked to leave
but
it.
we used to get thrown out.
We did.
Yeah, but you know what though? Like the go-kart, I don't know how it is out there, Paul, but I know the go-kart tracks around here, and it's almost like they're a little bit more on edge. I'm going to be polite and say on edge.
Okay.
Because even the slightest little bump and they're yelling at you, and it's like, but this guy slid into me and you're penalizing me, you know? Because they go. I mean,
these guys. You know what? Don't forget, we're west of Worcester, so it's a little bit more hillbilly-ish out here, and that Pioneer Valley indoor karting. That guy, he's Ryan's an awesome dude, and he's just, I think he'll be really good to us and let us get down a bit.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You rented the whole place. That's even better.
Yeah. So he's got axe throwing, so maybe we'll mix both of them together. Who knows?
That's throwing go-kart. What could go wrong?
Hey, what could go wrong? Everybody's got ADD. Let's get them in the same building and don't forget what we're doing.
Oh boy!
So you don't start throwing the axes at the go-karts.
Do me a favor. Just put your phone on a tripod. And just record the whole event, okay?
I gotta plug it in, and then I'll just go and I'll leave the thing on, live stream. I'll just live stream the whole thing for you guys.
That's it. Well, do it on Tuesday night. We'll just put it on the show live.
All right. See, I'll keep you guys on your toes then.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But it's on a Sunday, and I figured I'd make it in moto format. We'll get the kids out there in the morning, and then it's almost a free-for-all after that. We'll let everybody else get after it.
Almost like a real motocross race.
Yeah, just like a motocross race. Yeah.
Right.
If there's one thing that fires up old motocross races, retired motocross races, it's the competition of go-karts.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I can't let the kids beat me at that either.
Nope. Nope. You definitely can't.
Something
about the second that you sit behind something that has a motor and you strap a helmet on.
Oh, forget about it. It's
and you're going on a track. Something takes over and you just don't shut off.
It's so fun to talk to Paul though, because what's awesome is you can tell he's loving the whole motocross and fun family thing. Right? And when I first met him, it was funny because he was kind of stepping away a little bit, and he was racing on EMX, and he goes, "Don't tell any of my friends that I'm here because I'm really enjoying and having a lot of fun riding again." He goes, this sucked the life out of me for so many years, and now he's still going strong. Kind of like Lee Carrera. Lee Carrera was all washed up and retired, and he came back strong.
And I see Lee up at Winchester or wherever racing moto, and he's the same thing. Sucked right back into it.
Oh yeah, sucked right. And I was out of it for over 12 years
for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just getting back into it and keeping all these kids on the move, doing something, keeping them out of trouble and whatever else it may be. But we're all the same. All we want to do is race.
Yeah.
So you said Parker's what, 14?
Yeah, he's 14. Yep.
All right. I'm going to throw something crazy out. I think when I met you in '85, I think you were like 15, and I was probably 16 or 17 racing the 125 amateur class together.
That was about right on the money. You're right.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? Think about that, right?
Think about that.
That's
when
wild.
Your son's 14, we met, you were 15 and I was 17.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's crazy.
Insane. You look back and then we see photos of us riding together and it's like, wow, it feels like yesterday. And just
I was 10 standing at the fence at Cape Way. So you guys are way older than me at that point.
All right. Yeah. How about splashing through the mud puddles at Cape Way and the dust would fly out?
Yes. Yeah.
Because they put oil on the track.
They still oil that track. I'm convinced of it.
It works good in the cranberries. No wonder why those cranberries go down smooth.
There's always that shine to the cranberry juice, the sheen on the top of the cranberry juice.
Yeah, it's a little sheen, that's all.
Yeah. It, as my old man would say, it'll add flavor to it.
That's right. Good old Cape Way. David Payne screaming at me. Never gets old. Yeah.
We do on Thursday nights. I have a ride every Thursday night at my house, and everybody comes over. We made a trophy, and it's a guy at Wareham, and we found the guy, and it sounds just like you guys. So whenever we're riding, we go, "Welcome to Wareham," we and it's what it says right on the trophy. It's Poacher's Pit is what we call it, and we do it's like a relay. So I give everybody handicap time. So you start the slowest guy off first, and you try and figure out when everybody's going to finish at the same time. So you start the guys out, and they all take off, and at the end of the moto, everybody's trying to get to the finish line at the same time. And you want a grudge match? We've ran over Boots before doing that.
So you said this is on Thursday nights from your house?
Thursday nights at my house. Yeah,
all right, I'll be at your house around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm going to leave then, okay?
You come over. You're more than welcome. I'll even have a bike ready for you.
No, I'm bringing the 500, and I'm leaving at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want a 5-hour head start.
A 5-hour head start. You just start going around the track. We'll catch up to you.
I thought it was like a 20-mile loop. I'm going to be way out there.
Yeah, I got one loop is about 14 minutes long. The other one's 8 minutes long. And we go out there and just send out full out battles. But, I'll do joker lanes. You gotta do 2 laps on the inner loop. And then you got to do 1 lap on the outer. And then you got to go over the log in the middle. And if you forget it, you got to go back out and get it. I keep them all on their toes.
Yeah. All right. So this is all year long. You guys ride in the winter and everything, right? You guys send
we don't stop riding.
All right, so Jim, we got to road trip it. We got to pick a Thursday here. Colin's sick to work. Colin bang on Friday because we're gonna be all dinged up for Friday. It would be useless then.
Yeah, call out on Friday because usually what happens afterwards is
we can go get donuts. We can get Mrs. Murphy's donuts.
I would, but Thursday nights are the group ride. Thursday nights are my group ride for my mountain bike.
Let's bring some of those crew down.
Can bring your mountain bike guys out here. We'll show them what's up.
There you go.
Might have to.
There we go. A road trip. Road trip.
I mean, most of my mountain bike guys are all old motocrossers.
Perfect. Anyway. There we go. There we go.
We'll grab the dirt bikes for a day.
Yeah.
We might crash your party, Paul. You could be in for it.
You know what? You guys are always welcome.
Oh boy.
I see all those old, all the old moto guys that, that don't want to ride bikes and, dirt bikes anymore. So they're on the mountain bikes. I see Teddy D'Onofrio all the time on Instagram. He's out pedaling, doing all kinds of stuff in fancy shape, and then he gets on a bike once in a while and he still hauls the mail.
Oh, he absolutely flies.
Once you've got it, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's it.
I follow all.
You might lose a little stamina, but you never lose the speed.
That's right.
I follow all those guys on Strava, and it's amazing to see how many old motocross racers are like together doing stuff. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
So I just read Art
just posted it. Yeah.
Yeah. He agreed with you. The older you get, the less power you need ringing out a 150. At 62 years old and blowing by those 450s. It's so great.
Yeah. Well, you're saying you got on the Strava. You guys should go and follow Gielaher. Ryan Gielaher. He's on that. He's got a Peloton, and I think his Peloton's got about 3,000 miles on it, and he's never slung a leg over the thing.
Wow. Yeah. Did you follow my brother on Strava? If you want to get really disappointed in your performance, follow Sean.
I refuse to follow your brother on Strava. Yes.
He's insane.
I'll go and watch Sean, but it won't be on Strava. Yep.
Oh, he's so disappointed. Yeah, I mean, he actually says he's gonna go with Jim and the mountain bike boys, and it'll never be.
He should come on. I mean, well, he'd be waiting for us, but for a couple of us. I went out with Marie last Sunday to East Taunton, and we did a few miles, and he posted on my Strava thing. He's like, I was right up the street. I'll come ride with you guys. And I'm like, I'm poor Marie. I don't think she'd be into that.
That's not exactly what she was looking for. Yeah.
No. We got a good 4 or 5 miles and we're good because she's only starting to get into it. But Sean will do like 10 laps around and have 50 miles on his Strava.
You know what the best part was? A guy at work was bragging about how he hiked Mount Washington last week, 2 weeks ago. And he goes, oh yeah, I think he hiked it in something like 4.5 hours or something. I said, yeah, my brother ran it 3 times in one day. He's like, it's impossible. I'm like, no. I was like, he did it. I was like,
go look at his Strava.
It's like he did.
Look at his Strava times.
He thought I was lying. I'm like, I'm telling you, the kid's a beast. And he goes, why would he do that? I said he was training for a 200-mile race over in France.
It's insane. Yeah, Manny, the Dunkin' Donuts guy, Manny, he just came back from Portugal, and when he did that, I think it was a 50-mile race or whatever, and he was so pumped because he did it in just under 10 hours. And it was like, what are you thinking? Right. So, but it's awesome. And just watching those guys do that. It's like watching my wife ride her road bike. She puts it in the highest gear, and honey, what are you doing? Well, I don't want to shift, so it's easier just to pedal through it.
Yeah. So, now, do you road bike at all, Paul, or no?
Yeah, ever since I think it was back in the NEMX days when me and Lee Hellowell, we pedaled from my house in Massachusetts all the way to Arundel, Maine. It was 182 miles one way.
Wow.
And it took us 12 hours and 22 minutes. So
No
that's
shit.
my claim to fame. That's all I got. I thought I was in
That's
great
cool.
shape.
Yeah, I bike here and there, but Sean gave me a very, very nice Cervelo, so I never would have bought it for myself, but he refused to. He goes, you don't want to ride junk. He goes, ride this. And sure enough, I take it for a ride. It's like taking a Ferrari for a ride and getting a Honda Accord.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So, but I mean, he's like, I want you to be on good equipment. I'm like, all right, thanks.
Yeah, there's, I love pedaling on the road, or just doing anything that does with exercise, but I love pedaling on the road. It scares me now because everybody's on there, texting along on the phone.
Yeah, right.
So
exactly.
That's why I go out in the mountains where there's no phone service and you'll be fine.
Exactly. There you go. Head north.
Too much climbing.
That's
too much
right.
climbing.
That's right.
Yeah, too much climbing.
My Strava's going to have too much elevation.
Yeah. So now, Paul, are you still driving truck too, or just doing the shop now full time?
I help the guys out in the truck when he needs me, and I put it into my 401k, or as I call it, the kids' inheritance.
Nice.
Yeah, so I drive once in a while. Like tonight, I'll leave at midnight, and I'll go out to New York City and come back. I'll be back to open up the shop at 6 a.m.
Gotcha. Nice. So now you're really kind of doing what you love full time, doing the moto deal.
Yeah, it's just that, and then just being able to run the race series, and make sure that I try to put 100% into everything that I do, anyways.
Yeah, that's cool. That's all, and I can speak firsthand on how tough it can be. Week in and week out, it's a full time job.
Yeah, you know better than anybody else as well.
Yep, it's tough. It's especially when it's Mother Nature plays into it. You just don't know what you're gonna get for weather, and people get scared off real easily. So.
This is true.
Yep.
But it's I got a really good group of racers that race the series. I can't thank those guys enough. They're always there for me, and it's amazing. And it's funny to hear them. Oh, it's raining. What are those bunch of wussies going home for? We're all gonna stay here and keep riding.
Yeah, we did that in NEMX. It didn't matter how bad it was. We were still dropping gates.
We were still dropping gates and having a blast. Yeah, absolutely.
We were. People, unless you were there, like I told Jim, I said it's so tough to explain. I said it was the epitome of motocross family party atmosphere, and we just happened to ride some dirt bikes during the day.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's it. It's just having a race series so my friends can come and race. I think. Paul
used to show up in the moto hauler. He had this Ford Astro van, so you call it the semi. He'd roll up in the semi.
I roll up in that Ford Astro van. Three bikes crammed in the back. The dog, the wife, everything we had.
That's right. For the weekend, 2-day events. I'm all in.
You certainly.
Oh my God, what a good time up in Eagle Bridge, New York. We had. I do remember that.
Yeah, and they just reopened that track too, the lower one. So I didn't get out there this year, but I want to check it out next year. So
yeah, if they had they got some woods up in the top and the track's all overgrown, I was gonna have a race up there. Those guys, they were trying to get it up there. It's so overgrown up in top. It would have just taken me, 3 weeks to get anything done up there. But if we could figure out how to get on the Supercross track and then run it into the woods, I'd put all you guys on the Supercross track and run it into the woods. I can hear Timmy Gully. He's probably cringing right now. The guy who helps me out, he just hates the moto track. He says I'm killing him.
That's funny. I mean, you laugh though. I mean, if you opened up the woods for about a month beforehand, look, guys, just ride it. It probably helped tremendously just to get all the overgrowth, whacked back. So.
Yeah, that would do. But I try to make it so it's all fresh trail. That way, when the Pee-wees go out there, they got a brand new track to ride on. It's all virgin ground, so they're not getting stuck in ruts and holes and what have you not. Sorry, here I got everybody texting me. Well, people they think I'm still working right now.
When you're self-employed, you do work around the clock.
Yeah, I try to pretend like I'm not, but yeah, I think so. It never stops.
Yeah. Trahan says, what a great workout tonight. He says, now I'm sitting here having a couple of moto martinis listening to the show.
That's a good dude.
I'm sitting in the truck after that, after that suspension training. and I'm wondering what the hell that smell is in here. And now I realized it was my niece. I didn't bring my knee braces in here, and it stinks.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's like moto gear. You forget in the trailer. You go in the next day, and you can kill a small farm animal.
Oh my God, isn't it bad?
Yeah, Parker turned 14, and I don't. He grew 4 inches in about 4 months, and now his knee braces smell as bad, if not worse, than mine. And I'm gonna make him get his own motorhome. I gotta call Jack up, try to get that back.
Right. Jack will sell you one.
That's right.
I'll just let Parker drive that behind me. Follow me around.
Oh, that's funny. That is too funny. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, boys. So that's what we got going on. Just a bunch of motoing. That's all. We never stop.
That's all that matters. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. That's totally what it's about.
Don't run over boots too much. That's all.
Yeah, you know what? She got over it. Now she doesn't get out of. She won't even get out of the way anymore because that's how she got ran over. But we had spikes on, and we were gentle on her. We were all right. She's now she puts in a lot. She's always got a lot of effort she's putting in. And, just everybody out there, I'm always yelling at everybody: put your elbows up, move forward on the seat, get them in the corners. It's corner for dough, jump for show, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's always cool. Yelling at them.
That's the way you got to live by that.
That's right. So it's good. When your friends are yelling at you, it's because they support you and they love you. They want you to get better.
Yeah. Ask Parker why I yell at him. You ever see him and ask him? He'll tell you. Dad yells at me because he wants me to be better than him.
That's right.
I was going to say it's either that or they're pissed at you because they won't give you your bike back.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's the other part. Yeah, I just want him to be better as a person than me. I don't care how he rides as long as he has fun.
Your dad used to bust my chops something fierce than ESC with 98, 99. I can remember winning a moto in the novice class. I get on the next moto, like first gate pick. He wouldn't call my number. And I'd be sitting there, and people would let me by, and then finally the whole gate would be loaded, and he'd go, "Oh, I missed you. Just take the gate in the end."
Yeah,
I'm like,
thanks, Dad.
What the hell? and after the race, I get another top 3, and he'd be like, "I'm making you work for it." I'm like, "Yes, you are. Thanks."
Clovis always called my number on time.
Yeah, no, you busted my stones. So,
yeah, that was Dad. Always, always knew what he meant. He'd stand on the side of the track with his arms folded, and I knew exactly what place I was in.
That's right.
Figure it out. But Parker's the same way now. He'll just look at me and he's like, "All right, we're good."
And one of those guys. If he wasn't giving you a hard time, you're on his bad side. If he was giving you a hard time, it's because he likes you.
Yeah. That's why he does it. So maybe that's why I give everybody a hard time. I did the no drink January and be nice to everybody for January as well.
Yeah.
At least I'm still being nice to people.
Yeah. Hey, that's what it's about.
That's what you think anyway. I mean, it's not what the rumors are. But
well, except for Jack.
He's always the exception. Jack's always the exception. So.
Always.
Yeah.
Boy, Jack.
So Gary Frank says, huge shout out to Paul for taking the time. Great show tonight. So, yeah, we appreciate you definitely calling. Actually, we're coming in via video feed tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that was just the toughest part. That's why I'm still sitting here with my earbuds on or whatever, but just trying to get it all lined up. I was going to do it from my shop, but I see you had photoshopped me into my shop. So
I got it dialed in. You like that? Yeah. Hey, listen, I mean, we tried to get Tread on, via remote, but he couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. It's our age, and Tread was down in I think he was in Georgia or South Carolina, and he saw a picture of himself, and then he said, "I'm not going to the Mini-O's."
I think he saw a picture of himself in Ricky Carmichael's kitchen.
He did, yeah. It was with Ricky. That's right.
Yeah, right. That's why he wound up going home. I would have done the same thing as well.
Turned around, backed up, left.
I don't know, Ricky.
Yeah, I had to go on a diet. Yeah. I was looking at pictures of myself. I'm like, who's the fat guy riding a
motorcycle with gray hair?
With gray hair, man. That guy looks like. Oh no, I got those pants.
Wait a minute, that's me.
Yeah.
Who's using my gear?
Yeah, somebody stole my gear. And it fits tight too. That's weird.
Oh yeah, trust me. After not riding for 12 years, I got a lot of gear that don't fit. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So that's what we got now. Cool. We're just faster now than we were then in our
Nice.
heads.
Awesome. Well, Paul, listen, we appreciate you coming on remote tonight. We'll definitely be calling you back and harassing you in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you
Yeah.
guys are around, you guys want to swing by on a Thursday night with us, even when it gets light, when it stays light later, or the nighttime races, because the nighttime races are. If you haven't ever ridden at night, you gotta try it. Oh my God!
Not in a long time. I'll have to give it a shot. I have to get some lights for the AF 500. So
yeah, Mark over at Task has been fantastic. I mean,
yeah,
he
he's
hooked all my guys up.
We got to get him on. Yeah, he's a good dude. I've talked to him a couple times on the phone. Down to earth guy, real humble.
Yeah, super nice guy.
A couple of the guys that I ride with us on Thursday nights, they run task lights on their mountain bikes.
That's cool. Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's getting dark out, and you got Parker and Adam, and then they got their buddy Clarker, and everybody else is out there, and they're all using the task lights, and they're on the on the pit bikes, killing the pit bikes. So by the time we go out in the woods, the lights are already dead because they've been using them for 5 hours.
You can't be shocked, right? I mean, come on, the kids.
Not even a little bit.
No,
it doesn't even offend me. I'll be good.
You're like, you know what? Save a little battery life for me on a pit bike.
That's right.
Yeah,
pit bikes. I used to listen. That was my wheelhouse was pit bikes.
That was our wheelhouse, was the pit bikes. Absolutely.
It was. Well, we had more fun on those damn pit bikes on Saturday nights, Paul.
I put an hour meter on Parker's pit bike. I'm like, I wonder how much, because he rides his big bike all the time, but he goes out and he's on that pit bike. And in 1 month, he put 40 hours on the pit bike. Yeah. And then he wondered why it blew up. So I showed him how to fix it, and he got another 20 hours on it with a bad cam in there. We shimmed it. We made it work.
That works.
Yeah. Duct tape, zip ties, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Nice.
We get them going. But guys, thank you very much for having me on, and just the support you guys are always showing the whole race, format and everything we got doing.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for letting us broadcast on your page too. I mean, every little bit helps. I mean, we've blown the wheels off the show. It's crazy. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. We've already got over 3,500 views already on this thing.
Yep.
So, that's really cool. Yeah.
At one point, we were upwards of 75 viewers.
Yep. So we broke records tonight. We broke records with you, Paul. We appreciate it, bud.
Awesome. That's cool. I can't do it without everybody who's behind me. The family.
Yeah.
My wife. I make her crazy all the time. So that's just the way it goes. But the all the people that are racing the NY off road and just coming in, J-Day, just us going different weekends all the time and being able to hit up all the J-Days that I can as well. Whenever Parker's not wanting to do moto.
Yeah.
So it's just cool seeing everybody, the whole community. It's a family,
I was just going to say it's all family. That's the one thing people don't understand that don't do this. I said you can't do it without your family behind you, and it brings families closer.
And at this point now, it doesn't matter if it's off road, if it's moto, if it's enduros. It doesn't matter.
No.
As long as you love riding motorcycles, it's all family.
Yeah, we all are in love with the same two-wheel addiction. So the smell of race fuel is crazy.
I'll tell you.
One of the guys that used to ride with Lee Hellewell every Sunday religiously, he passed away in '99 from Lou Gehrig's disease. But before he passed away, he was a really good friend of all of ours. Where he rode every Sunday with Lee, and he told me before he passed away, he said, "You know what? Your friends are your family you choose." And man, that stuck with me. And it was just, we were always there for him and did everything we could. And now that's why we do our trips every 2 years. We get a big group together, and me and Lee, we're the captains of the ship, and we bring them wherever we're going.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Well,
and how cool is the social media has tied us all back together too. I mean, we take the one good thing out of Facebook. I mean, everyone uses it for belly aching and bitch fests. I think we're using it for the best possible tool we can here.
And I got to tell you, the deeper I get into mountain biking, the more and more people that we're meeting and we're out there. I mean, we go riding with guys that just show up and be like, "Hey, you want to ride with us?" And yeah, sure. We start talking. Turns out that they raced dirt bikes at one point in their life.
Go figure.
Guys that raced raced motocross for a little while, and then they raced, in the woods and stuff like that. And it's like, how come we never knew each other?
Right. How do we not cross paths?
And it's amazing though how many people are out there that are doing different things that all are bonded together through racing motorcycles.
Yep. Yep. It is.
Yeah, it's all the time. It's cool. It doesn't even matter where you are. I mean, we even we ran into that out in the middle of we were in Montana, in the middle of nowhere, and it was a group of girls. It was 6 girls, and they were probably in their young to mid-20s. And these girls just showed up, and we thought, their parents or their boyfriends or husbands had brought them out there. No, these girls were just going out riding. They were all moto chicks, and they were just riding, and that's what they did. They just went out there. We're good.
That's
it was
cool.
Really cool, just even to see that out there.
That is cool.
Oh yeah,
that is cool. So before we let you go, Paul, how's Candy doing? Is she doing well? Still put up with your crap?
She's doing
obviously.
Fantastic. Yep, she's a school nurse, so she's taking care of more kids because.
Well, it's like Sean, my brother back in nurse too.
Yeah,
a great investment for those moto guys. You know.
Yeah, poor woman. But no, she's doing very well. Thank you. Yeah, she's like I said, I make her crazy all the time, but she's doing very well.
Nice. That's cool. Tell her we were asking for us. I haven't seen her in a long time. Oh my God,
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually just saw Adam Winger and Kristen this past weekend. My little brother, my stepbrother, he just got married this past weekend. I saw all the family, so it was good to see everybody.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, I see they got the little boy out there as well.
Yep, they do. He'll be riding. Yeah, they're going to get him a bike probably this summer. He's going to be 3, I think. So
he'll be 3. All right. Yeah. I see that. I follow him on the Instagram. I'm not a big Facebook guy until one of you jackwagons called me out on it. Maybe Vic O'Brien. Somebody better chase him down.
Yeah, well, we've had him in the show. We'll Vic on.
You definitely had the I don't know the 700-day motorsport challenge going on.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody got, but I played mine a little different. I wanted to tell everybody what the story was about instead of just putting it up. But there's so many memories, and I got to go looking back through because I should do it again. But I got some really cool pictures of, just being at the Taylor's house for Christmas. Oh, yeah. Why don't we leave at 2:00 in the morning and head home? That's a bright idea.
Oh, yeah. He used to my mom's Christmas party, and then he'd stay all hours of the night. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What could go
I got
wrong,
some cool photos. I just got to find them.
You got to dig them up. You got to dig them up and post them. So,
yeah, it's just, I went in the safe, and I might have only scratched the surface and found some of the funny stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll go deeper. I found some really cool Doug Henry story photos, but I couldn't even post those.
Yeah, but you always send them private messages. Just saying.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody might be getting some of those.
I posted the Doug Henry one that I had with the paper plate handguards from Southwick.
You redid that again today.
I redid that one. That one's a classic. That one's like, Doug, what are those? Yep. Oh, they were paper plates. I had them in my truck.
Yeah, and as soon as you look back, you're like, those are paper plates. Yes, they are. Solos.
I gotta tell a Doug Henry story then before we go. So Doug Henry, we're out in Troy, Ohio, and we're racing a national. We drove out together because, just trying to save money, and we got Dad's van. So we drive out to Troy, and Doug won the qualifier, and he goes out, and I think I missed by 1 in the qualifier, go out for the consi, and just proceeded to eat shit. And, so we come back off the track, and Keith McCarthy comes running over. This is before Doug had any ride at all, and he goes, "Man, Doug, you were flying. You must be one of them New England boys." And he turns and he looks at Doug's bike, and it's all duct taped together. The whole thing was just a pile of shit. So he goes, "Doug, will you do me this favor and put brand new plastics on your bike?" And Doug's like, "Sure." So Keith goes and he gets a whole pile of plastic, and we're just standing there, and he gives Doug the plastic, and Doug watches him walk away. And Doug looks at me, opens up the back door of Dad's van, throws all the plastics in him, closes the door, and says, "I'll sell those when I get home." Never even put them on the bike, and I was like, "Doug, whatever."
That's priceless.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
we're gonna question Doug about that. Say, "Doug, do you have any plastics for sale?"
Yeah, see if he's got any. I think it was for a 1990 YZ 125. Yeah.
We even have a year. This is awesome. This is good. Now we can call Doug back. This is good.
He's probably still got them. They got a little bit of pig poop and some, turkey shit, chicken shit on them.
Whatever.
Well, he just opened up a page, Doug Henry's Garage, and they're selling a whole bunch of shit that he has over the years.
Oh, did he really? I didn't see that.
He posted all the time. He posted a whole bunch of stuff here and there.
Oh, that's funny.
He is so awesome. Yeah, just but yeah, between him and the Dowdy stories, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it seems like Goodwill. There's enough here.
Well,
We can keep the show going for
generally-
decades to come.
Generally, a lot of the Dowdy, Dougie, Treadwell stories, they are kind of like they involve the same people because it's the same story from different angles in
But
some
it's great
cases.
to hear different versions of it. What does the story mean to you?
And I think most of us have actually been in the middle of a lot of those stories.
Yeah.
Yep. There is always there's three sides to every story.
That's
There's yours,
right.
mine, and the truth.
That's right. His, hers, and the truth.
Well,
Yep.
there was a few of those that you would have to throw like Pat Barton in and Carl Valancourt in. And
Just keep going down the list.
There was a shit ton of us back then that everybody was doing. So I told the one about everybody going to Murph's house before Middleborough and taking over that arcade playing video games on a race night.
Oh God! And look at us now. We refuse to grow up. What's wrong with us?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Look at us.
Nothing's wrong with us. What's wrong with everybody else?
Okay, society's broken. We're normal ones.
We're normal.
Right? Yeah, okay.
You keep telling yourself that.
Exactly. Yeah, this is our support group. If you haven't noticed, this is the support group right here.
My name's Paul, and I have a problem.
I'm addicted to motorcycles.
Yes.
I have a dirt bike addiction.
Yep. Have you seen my dirt bike?
Well,
that picture's great.
Did you see the one I shared that one today? The meme again today about life is
too short. Buy
the damn bike.
Yeah.
That was viewed over 12,000 times within 12 hours.
Wow, that's
actually
awesome.
10 hours.
It's nuts.
It was shared
12,001 because I'll go look at it when I hang up.
Yep.
I said to Marie, never did she ever envision that a picture that she took of me putting my gloves on, my helmet, gloves, and goggles on was going to go crazy like that.
Yep, nuts. So, all right, Paul.
Awesome.
Well, listen, we're going to cut you off now. It's past your bedtime, old man.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We got to.
You're going to New York. We're going to jump in the truck now.
We got plenty of time left in the day. You know what?
He's driving to New York now.
That's funny.
I'll leave in about 2.5 now. I'm not looking at the clock, but I'll leave.
9:30. Yeah, nice.
Plenty of time.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so we're going to keep you in mind for Thursday nights. We just might make a guest appearance and not even tell you.
That would even be even better.
You'd be out in the woods somewhere, just laying on the side.
I still know Paul lives. You ever moved, right? You're in the same house?
I'm still in the same house. I didn't go anywhere. Yep.
I can track it down. I'm good. All right.
White
sign. The only thing that moved was my pool.
That's right. White sign, white letters.
White House, white letters.
Yeah, white. That's it. I got a White House, white. You know what? I even make the UPS driver crazy because there's a 27 on my mailbox, and that ain't my house number.
Why am I not surprised?
Although, hey, there was one. I got a picture of you. I think you were riding a CR 125 at the Black Dog Supercross because I got the whole shot. Tread was behind me, and you were right in the inside on a CR 125.
I thought that didn't happen.
I was on a KTM too when I got the whole shot, and you had like 898, I think, on your bike.
Yeah.
868. Yeah.
868. Yep, that was it. And
that would have been me.
I remember we were running a 25 plus class, and I think Tread ended up. I whole shot. Tread passed me and pulled away. I finished second, and this guy on this 125 was just like in my ear the whole time. The only reason I beat you was because I had more power coming out of the corners on some of the jumps.
Dude, that CR was the slowest bike I ever rode. I never had more fun.
It was like a 93-ish because my KTM was a 93.
Yeah.
Yep, it would have been a 90. Yeah, it was a 93. Oh my god, you got a memory like a steel trap,
dude.
The only thing I can remember is numbers. Nobody's
I look at a picture though, like I see that picture hanging on the wall, and I look at it, and I know who everybody is. Like I see me, I see Tread, I see you, and Bob Jerzak. Bob Jerzak's in that picture.
Oh yeah.
It's like he was there he had the big WAAF decals all over everything that day because they sponsored those races. But it's
with the wow on the rear fender,
yep.
I think he had.
Yep.
I remember those.
But I see a picture like that, and it's like, okay, yep, Paul had a CR 125, and he was running his national number or something like, it's like you just remember that stuff, but I can't remember what the hell I had for breakfast.
So poor Gary picked me up on the way to Paul's. Boy, you could be in for a hell of a Thursday night party.
Plan on staying late. Things get a little fun.
I'm bringing my motorhome. I'm just going to stay in the driveway.
He's got some.
Mine's in the backyard. You
All right,
know,
we'll use that one then. That's fine.
He's got some
yeah,
paint.
and it didn't get washed away by the pool, so we're good.
I forgot you. Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute. Speaking
shit,
of
yeah,
the pool,
what the hell
yeah,
happened?
wait a minute. There's a story there.
Okay,
Hold
we thought
on.
the pool just collapsed. And
No,
then
no, no. I saw the track leading up to the
there's
pool.
a
What
track
happened?
leading to it.
No, what happened was we got so much snow that night that Parker snow blowed the backyard so that the dog could go out there. But when he put it on the pool, it was all on one side, so the pool blew out. Because the cover it was whole in the middle of the backyard. And, Rory Eastman says, why don't you just jack the cover up and slide the pool back under it? Man, it was just in the middle of the yard, but no, he didn't ride into it. I would have.
From that photo, though, it looked like somebody blitzed right into the side of the pool.
I wouldn't even have been surprised a little bit because it
You know what's
happens.
funny? I actually, about 5 years ago, we had a July 4th party at my house. And right in the middle of the party, we had about 40 guests at the house. My pool liner let go, and I had 40 people. It's on video. The whole thing imploding, and the force of the water lifted the pool up about probably 18 inches, and a wave just went through the backyard. Everyone thought it was hilarious, and I'm going, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Now you have
But it made a story.
It
Nobody
did.
would have remembered what your party was if your pool didn't blow out.
You've got the Travis Pastrana video that blew up on YouTube.
I do, yes.
That needs to be on YouTube. That could be 10 times as
could
popular.
be. I know. I got to put that up. I do. I have the video. I got to post that.
You'll get all the subscribers with that one.
I do. Yes. Yes.
Hey, you know what? I'm in order to not embarrass my kids, I won't say which son it was, but when they were learning how to ride
50,
on a
50 shot, yeah. So
PW 50, they didn't stop. They didn't stop too short, and I remember one of them hit the pool,
Really?
and if the pool didn't collapse, but what ended up happening was it made a ripple go across the pool and come back and splash over on top of him, and he was already freaking out about hitting the pool, and then the water crashed on top of him. He was pissed. And I'm not going to either accept or deny which one it was. So
No,
Just put the video up. We don't care.
I don't have it.
Is he
I don't have
pretty
that
good at
video.
Fantasy Supercross?
They're both playing Fantasy Supercross, and they're both pretty good at it because they're both in the top 20.
Okay, but you're not going to just divulge like that.
I will not divulge
All
the
right.
information.
I'm having him on
because
Facebook. I'm tracking this down. I want to hear the story.
He will be
Mortified.
the one that did it will be mortified
Okay.
that I told that if I told that he did it.
He was like 6, right?
Was he? He might have been.
Don't rat him out now. You made it this
Well, no,
far.
he was 4. He was 4.
Right, we made it this far, right?
Yeah.
You had no witnesses.
Yeah, he was 4 when it happened, so he was really young. He was just learning how to ride.
That's fantastic. So.
No training wheels either.
Would you guys believe we still have 37 people on this damn show tonight? There's still 37 people watching.
What are you thinking? It's 9:30.
I know.
They
right?
know that you're driving to New York.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they're waiting for me. They'll be still watch my Snapchat later.
Yep, they will be. They will be. Well, we're an hour and 35 minutes in here. I guess we're going to cut this damn thing
We
off.
probably
huh?
should cut it
Yeah,
off.
let's go. We'll get out of here. I'll get out of your hair. You guys are making me crazy already.
I still
All
got to
right.
drive home.
That's right. You're going to drive home. That's right. I'm close by. I'm only 15 minutes from here. So, all right, Paul, listen, thanks for calling in today. We appreciate it. What a fun show this was.
This was good.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for everything. Let me just give a shout out to, Hellion Designs, Araya Helmets, Ronnie's
Yep.
at Bennington. John up there at Ronnie's at Bennington is fantastic.
Yep.
Just Moto Tassinary, Answer, and the guys over at Tucker, those guys, Scotty Buxton and Rick Hurst. If it wasn't for those guys, couldn't do half of the stuff that I'm doing with the NY Off-Road. And, we got some stuff in the pipeline right now that I just can't announce yet. But, I got to thank everybody at the NY Off-Road and everybody who supports me there as well. Because those guys, if it wasn't for all my racers and all my riders, and, I just think of everybody as my rider, but I got so many kids and my family and, just everybody. So just want to say thank you to everybody. Hellion Design, he's, always there for me. He's like a brother to me anyways. And
Nice.
so, yeah, guys, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no,
Well,
thank
we
you, Paul.
appreciate it. Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. So,
Absolutely. But I'll be looking for you guys on a Thursday night. Everybody will just go, Who's that pulling in the driveway? That's
Don't be
so
surprised.
Oh.
You're gonna. It's them old guys. It's the guys from the last lap.
At this point,
crap. We gotta wait for him to get dressed.
That's
you
right.
know,
Yes.
you know what, Paul? At this point, it's crazy because even people that aren't even into moto recognize Dave. I mean, he gets breakfast bought from
I do. I've
freaking Dunkin' Donuts.
I've got a few free donuts.
It's like you're that guy.
You're that guy from that damn show. Yes, indeed.
Oh man, I'll make a couple phone calls. We'll stop those free donuts at Dunkin' Donuts for you.
No. I need more. I need to double it up. No.
Yeah,
Great
no,
deal.
that's fantastic though. That's there's your Dunkin' Donuts, Manny over at Dunkin' Donuts. I can't thank him enough as well. And Ryan
There you
Peeler,
go.
those guys. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have 3/4 of the stories I had just from last year.
That's fantastic. That's
But
awesome.
that's like you said, that's for another show.
That's right. We're gonna save some content here. That's what we're gonna do.
There you go.
So,
I make new content every day.
that's right.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, Paul. Listen, you have a fantastic evening. We'll talk to you in the coming weeks, I'm sure.
Right on, boys. Thank you to old men that used to race. So you guys are doing a
You bet.
fantastic job. Thanks for the
Thanks,
show
Paul.
and just keeping us all entertained. So thank you guys very much for everything.
All right,
Awesome.
awesome, Paul. Thanks.
Have a
man.
great night.
All right, have a good one,
You got
bud.
to be good, guys. Thank
All
you.
right, you too.
Right.
Bye bye.
Peace.
Peace.
See ya. All right, guys. So, Mr. Paul Goyette, the Poacher 27, guys, good, he's such a good dude.
Yep.
Such a good dude. So we had a couple of the questions rolling a little late here before we chop this thing off. Justin wanted to know if he can still sign up for Fantasy Supercross. You can.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Fantasy Supercross
Yep.
is rmfantasysx.com.
Yep.
So
we'll
what you-
post some links. We'll post some links in the
post the
comments.
links in the comments. Just make sure you go in and then join the group.
Yep.
After that, and for you guys that are playing, don't forget to get your picks in.
That's right.
We bumped it up to an average score of like 53.6 or something like that for our picks, but
Okay.
we're still only halfway up the group rankings in like 3,600th place out of 8,000 something. So
Yep. Yep.
we're getting there.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Did.
we got
I
sound
went on
back.
mute. We were talking to nobody.
Oops.
So, yep. Sorry. I don't know how they got muted. I didn't touch because you didn't see. I did not touch that mute button.
Nope. And
Software wonky. So
and people are still
people
still watching us.
They're probably going, "What the hell?"
Lip readers.
Yeah. So,
All right.
So all right. So like you said, Fantasy Supercross. Yes, you can still join. So we were talking
Yes.
about that. Yes.
Join Fantasy Supercross. We'll follow. I'll post the links.
Yep.
I'll post them on Old Men That Used to Race, and then I'll
Yep.
share them out again.
That's right.
And get your picks in for the people playing.
Yep.
Hopefully, we'll be producing more content as we go. I'm
Yep.
looking for old races that I can share because there's a lot of interest in some of the old GP races. So I'll share those from my YouTube channel.
Yep.
Just different stuff.
Yep.
Just
Exactly.
keep it interesting. It's wintertime. We're bored.
We are past
Well,
these short days fast.
We're not bored. We're busier than hell with all this
This
stuff.
is true. On forewarning,
But-
I did get a message from Hank. He said that he's going to make a surprise appearance. It looks like maybe
He
next
and
week.
Jeff
Jeff.
O'Connell,
Yeah.
Mr. Zebra Cakes.
Yeah. So hey, listen, can they bring a pizza down or something for us?
Yeah, bring a pizza, guys.
Okay, bring us some food. So,
Yep.
some good pizza shops right up the street.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
But that's the other thing too. Before we leave, so we talked about maybe putting some commercials into the show.
Yeah.
So anyone's going to shop out there, I know Ronnie's does. Any other businesses, and we got like ZRT Throttle, Tom Erdman. He's
Yep.
got, so maybe we'll shoot some 30-second videos here and start popping them into the show, and I'll plug you guys. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I can shoot some video with my ZR throttle this week when the
Yep.
KTM, and I know that a lot of the guys are doing the twist,
Yep.
and mine probably got a good 30 hours on it now.
Yep.
So
good stuff.
Excellent.
Good stuff. But that's all we got. We got nothing else. We're closing on 2 hours here.
Nice.
I'm tired. It's past my bedtime.
Yep, I got to go home.
So, all right.
I need sleep.
All right, guys. We'll see you back next week. That's the plan. So
Yep.
unless for some reason I end up
Unless
in
Dave's
A2.
in
So
California at A2, which...
Yeah. So it's I give it an 80-20. It's more like a 20,
20 that you might make it?
Yes, yeah. Definitely San Diego. So, but we'll see. Like
Yep.
I said, so unfortunately, I've got some stuff going on.
Pull some fire alarms.
Hold on. Jeff O'Connell says 32-ounce steak. Yeah, we will do steak next week. Yeah, we can. Lindsay's is close by. So just
They'll
saying.
come in here and eat steak next to the simulator and make us watch
I
them.
am going to put them in the sim next week. We will put those guys in the simulator
There you go.
next week.
There you
Yes,
go.
we will. So-
Jeff and Hank, live in the
Jeff
studio.
hasn't commented all show. The very last comment of the show is Jeff. So
All right, live
All right,
guests
guys,
next
that's
week.
it. Live guests in the show. All right, guys. See you next week.
Have a good one.